What's up, Taekwondoistas? Welcome to my Taekwondo journey where we explore life and martial arts, life hacks from a martial artist. Today I want to talk about negative emotions and why they are important. We all know that, in traditional martial arts, if you get punched, go with the punch, find a way to use that momentum for you. Well, I think it's the same way with negative emotions, right? Like anger or annoyance or jealousy, envy. So an important mentor taught me that if someone annoys you, you should thank them. If you're jealous of someone, you should thank them. If someone makes you angry, you should thank them. And the reason is because they're eventually teaching you to be better. Here's what I mean by that. So, for instance, if you get annoyed by somebody because, say, you're a writer, let's say you're a writer, and you're submitting your manuscript or book or something to different publications, or maybe you write a blog and you've been writing articles for a long time, really good content, really researched content, and then all of a sudden some newbie comes up and writes a book, submits a manuscript to maybe the same publications that you have, or blog posts to the same publication agencies. I'm obviously not a writer, I don't know these things, but same publications that you do, and they get published, like that, and you're like, the hell, I've been trying for years and years, this person angers me, or like, I'm so jealous of this person's success, or something like that. I mean, we all have those kind of emotions, and I think the first thing you should do is acknowledge the emotion and realize that it's valid, because if you're rejecting it and feeling guilty and saying, oh, I'm such a bad person, like I'm so jealous of this person, that must make me a bad person, I feel guilty. I mean, you're never going to confront, you're never going to let that emotion go, you're never going to move past it, because whatever you resist persists. So first, embrace the emotion, and then turn it around and see how it can work for you. For instance, if someone's getting huge success on their blog, see what they're doing. Like, are they tagging certain people? See if you can tag the people that, copy their ideas. See if you can tag the people that are in your industry, for instance, or your niche, and develop contacts with your niche and see what they're doing. Like, if they're posting videos on their Instagram, see, how can I do that? What's preventing me from posting videos on my Instagram? Maybe I don't know. And then you realize that you take like a few classes on it, you watch a few YouTube videos on it, and then you realize you know it. And so ideally you should be thanking them now, because you have this awesome new skill, that you didn't have before. Because if they weren't there to annoy you or make you frustrated or make you angry or jealous, then you wouldn't have that new skill. For instance, like in my life, I've had people say, oh, you suck at Excel, or you don't know anything about Excel. I mean, obviously I know that's not true, but instead of being defensive about it, like say, oh, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, in one case, you shouldn't be hard on yourself. Like, it's just someone's perception, and it could be that you don't know what they know, so they say that you don't know Excel, for instance. So you should always judge that, and you should never be too hard on yourself. Acknowledge your gifts, acknowledge your skills where they're at, and be honest where they're at, and then see where you want to be, and then bridge the gap. So, like one time I had a person say, oh, you don't know Excel, obviously. And then I started taking all these courses on Excel. I left that company and I went to a new company. And then when I went to the new company, everybody was like, wow, you're so wonderful at Excel. And they always come and they ask me questions like, how do you do this? How do you make this huge model? Like, I create models. I use the skills that I learned, and if I didn't know, I'd look it up, and then I just intuitively know how the model would look, and then I would say, what kind of skills do I need to make the model work? And then I learned the skills, I put it in the model, and then all of a sudden, like, Excel model, magic. But it's not really magic. It came from frustration from somebody who said something mean. I mean, it is their perception, but it ultimately helped me, so I have to thank them, because without them I wouldn't have the impetus to create these kind of skills. Anyone that's mean to you, anyone that makes you so annoyed, anyone that's jealous, that you are jealous of, for instance, what if you're jealous that someone looks prettier than you? what exactly, I believe that we all have the qualities of everyone else. So if we're jealous of someone who's radiant, who is exhibiting radiance, we have that quality inside. That's just telling us that we need to bring it out, that we want that. That's all it's telling us, that we want that. So instead of being jealous, own the jealousy and say, I'm jealous. This woman is more radiant than me right now. How can I be radiant in my own way? Think about that. Like, what makes me feel radiant? Maybe it's a bubble bath. Maybe it's buying crystals. Maybe it's getting a new outfit or some kind of material thing like that. Whatever suits you, just own it. If it's buying a new outfit, own it. But, don't rack up credit card debt over it. Obviously, if it's reading a book, if it's meditating, if that makes you feel radiant, meditate. It's all about doing what's great for you, living the life that you want. That's just something I learned in my journey. It's becoming even more and more apparent now that I'm practicing Taekwondo. I've always thought about this, even if I were with Muay Thai. And actually, when I was practicing Muay Thai and I saw someone just do beautiful, beautiful kicks, I'm like, I want that. So I went to a seminar, a Muay Thai seminar, and then I got really good really fast. Another example. Seminars are really, really good. They're concentrated teachings, and you can practice that way. So just some tips, some life hacks. I hoped it helped you. If it did and someone else can benefit, like, share, and subscribe. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Guys, have an awesome week.